Sponsored by Ram Trucks. Built to serve.
Time now for a little four things first. Brandon, you love Christian McCaffrey possibly coming back on Thursday Night Football.
Hello.
Yeah, this is go time. I love this. Look, this team can be really good. The record isn't showing it right now. They're still trying to figure out how to come together as a team. I think they found their identity. So getting this guy back during this next stretch is good. They got the Falcons tomorrow night, and then they have the Chiefs and also the Bucks. So we got to get this guy going if we want to get into that 7th spot in the playoffs. Let's go.
Like they was campaigning there.
Oh, Randy Rosarina, boom, hits a home run, rounds the bases, and hits the Cristiano Ronaldo. Look, I like the homage. It's a great celebration, but you're on the world's biggest stage here. You don't need to do someone else's celebration. You got to do your own. Come to me, and I'll give you a celebration. You got to do, you know, these are all celebrations people got. Oh, I got the Des Bryant, the Carmelo, the Jason Kidd, the Hulk Hogan, the Jordan. You got to do your own. Anything you do, just go, oh, that's your own celebration. You had the chance to go.
I'm so happy for Clayton Kershaw. The lowest ERA of any starting pitcher the last 100 years, the best left-handed pitcher since Sandy Koufax, gets the one thing that's missing from his resume. So that demands I make a list. The best pitchers of the last 100 years. Satchel Paige, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, Greg Maddux, Clayton Kershaw. That's 7. Randy Johnson, you would have been 8. There it is. Clayton Kershaw, 7th best pitcher last 100 years, Jenna. Yeah.
If you thought Mookie Betts was just a stud as a Dodger in the World Series, au contraire, mon frère, aimé sir, in French. Put him on a basketball court, he's the GOAT. He's Michael Jordan. You put him on a football field, he's just about the GOAT. He's like Brandon Marshall, catching balls out there. He can do it all. He hits home runs. The guy catches home runs. Like how easy. This is like the way my kid catches a cold by reaching over a wall. Boom, she's got a cold. That's the way she does it. But when you put on a short sleeve shirt and you button it to the top like Sipowicz used to do and bowl, you're a baller. You're a stud. You look fantastic. Mookie Betts, you're the guy in my book. A cross-training fool.
Patriots can use him at wide receiver.
So could the Cowboys. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The unveiling of Nick's updated NFL tiers as we enter week 8.
Yeah, let's go.
Nick, you got some movement in the ranks this week. All right,
we got some movement, Jenna. Here we go. Every Wednesday, 8 a.m. sharp, we're going to bring you the updated tiers. You can see the movement by the arrows. We'll start on the bottom. The Jets stay the Jets. The worst division ever stays the worst division ever, so we don't have to worry about that. Looking for a coach or a quarterback. Here's what I'm going to say about the teams there. Broncos and Vikings don't matter, but Texans, Chargers, Bengals, Falcons, Jags all play fun football games. Texans, Chargers, Bengals, it's fun to watch their quarterbacks. Falcons, it's fun to invent new ways to lose. And the Jags, it's fun to find ways Jenna's going to make excuses for Gardner Minshew. Now, the relevant teams. Let's go top 5 tiers. Let's start with flawed but dangerous. Oh, look, Detroit Lions making an appearance. They were on the looking for a coach or quarterback. They're still looking for a coach, but I got to give them credit. They're 3-3, could be 4-2. The Raiders, they moved down. The Raiders, they were my 7th playoff pick for the AFC. Been a little disappointing as of late. It was 24-20 against the Bucs, and then they just got dog walked the rest of the way. The Panthers could be interesting with the addition of Christian McCaffrey. The Niners, I'm still holding out on because the schedule gets so tough. I like the Dolphins. Colts didn't play since we last did this. Now, flawed but no ring. This is important. Brandon Marshall made a demand last time I did these tiers. Why are the Cardinals and Rams so low? I listened to his demand. I talked to the committee. I watched the games. We moved them up. Unfortunately, we had to move the Patriots down. The Browns, Bears, and Bills stay static. Championship threats. Oh, there's a new team in town. Don't ever say Nick Wright doesn't give credit where it's due. Tampa Bay Bucks, I was skeptical. Thought you might lose to the Raiders. You crush them. Brady looks great. You're now a championship threat. Those other teams remain. No reason to change the top 2 tiers. Brandon Marshall, there are your flawless Week 8 tiers. I assume, unlike last week, this week, you have no issues with them whatsoever.
Absolutely, I have an issue. They're not flawless. Listen, I'm glad that you gave respect to the Cardinals and also the Rams. You got them right. Yeah. That's very good job. But then the Tampa Bay Bucks, come on, man. What do they have to do to get to the contender tier? Like, that's where I think you're missing it right here. Let's get Tampa up, and then also let's put like an emoji eyeball next to the San Francisco 49ers. Okay. Right now, you have them in the right spot, but I believe they should be at the playoff tier, but no ring. Oh. Emojis, okay? Can I put an emoji on your little
the big
tier list? Is that okay?
I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. Emojis. So listen.
Okay, let's go back to Tampa. Let's go back to Tampa.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I want to go back to Tampa. That's the hot take right here.
Yes.
I don't understand why
so here's the thing.
You won't put them at the contender.
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you right now. First of all, there has to be a level of tier integrity. And you can't jump a team 2 tiers in 1 week. You just can't. There's no... Then
Says who is your tier? It's your tier. You own this.
I get it. I do own it. But I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see teams unless there is a massive injury that makes you drop them down multiple tiers. You're not going to see teams skipping steps. It's important in life to take every step. They were in flawed but dangerous, or they were in playoffs but no more. And now, by the way, that third tier, Wilds, is a team that could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I have elevated prior to this week. There were only 8 teams I thought that actually, or 7 teams. It was 8 that could win the Super Bowl. Now there's 9. I've got to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers credit. Now, am I still skeptical? Yes. Do I think they are as good as the teams above them? Absolutely not. But I've got to evaluate what I've seen, Wilds.
Well, I think the committee did a great job. Can I see the full tiers when we get a chance, Katana? Because I have one issue with the structure of your tiers. In the worst division ever, one of those teams has to go to the playoffs. So I think, and I know you don't want to do it, and I know the committee was up long into the night trying to figure out how to deal with them.
This is
good.
But
they should, one of those teams has to move up into playoffs, no ring. They have to. It's just, that's honestly what's going to happen. One of those teams is going to the playoffs.
You have to do it. You have to do it.
Okay, here's the issue.
Pick right now.
Here's the issue.
Pick right now.
First of all, right now, my pick would be Washington. I actually put a small financial investment on Washington at 4-1 to win the division during the Cowboys game. But here's the thing. The committee, which is me, does not like the NFL's playoff format. And we're not going to bastardize our tiers by giving into the NFL's playoff format. This idea that everybody listen, I'm old enough to remember when everybody didn't get a trophy. When the idea wasn't just, oh, you're 7-9, but you won a division, come to the dance. No, you're not going to get elevated just because of a formulaic system where all of a sudden you win your division, you get to go to the playoffs. I do agree. It's going to end up, Brandon, one of those teams in worst division ever will make the playoffs, but they will stay there on the tiers until they earn it. You need to earn your rankings in these tiers, unlike the NFL playoffs, where one team can just be invited in, Brandon.
No, I really like this. I wish we can do it every single day. Jenna, one quick question, last question. Nick, is there anything that the champs can do to go down a tier? Is there anything that can happen this year where they drop?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. Not only could they drop down, it also is in play that I would have to rename it, of course, but a team joins them. I'm telling you right now, Pittsburgh, if they had played a better second half against Tennessee, they would have joined the Chiefs on that top tier. If the Steelers hadn't let Tennessee come all the way back, be a Gostkowski field goal away from forcing overtime, I would have allowed them to join the Chiefs. I would have had to rename it as the Chiefs and their stepbrother or something. The champs and their stepbrother. I don't know what I would have done. But yeah, the Chiefs could drop and the Steelers teams could move. The names of these tiers is fluid. That is true. Yeah.
Nick, I got to be honest with you. I don't believe the Steelers, they're ready to move up. They had a great game last week. They pulled it out. But I just got to be honest here. The only team, and I'm not saying this because you and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. But the Tampa Bay Bucks are the only team right now in football that could potentially join that tier of the champs. Because Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers, They got to eliminate those boneheaded mistakes and those interceptions.
Yeah.
Did you not see Big Ben revert back to
Ben's pass at
he
the
can't
end
do
of the
that.
game was that's what I'm saying. If they were killing the Titans in the first half. If people didn't watch the game, there's 3.5 minutes left. The Steelers are up 3. They're right on the outside of the red zone, and Ben throws into triple coverage, giving the Titans a chance to tie or win the game.
He did that a couple times.
It was a terrible play.
He did that a couple times during the game, running around like he's playing street football, Jenna. He's running around like he's Baker Mayfield, Jenna.
Steelers-Ravens this weekend. Steelers-Ravens this weekend. Steelers win, they might move up, Jenna.
I'll extend the segment if you want to talk Baker, Brandon. One team that Nick has as a playoff team with no ring, and the New England Patriots, swimming in frustration lately. But the finger pointing has landed on the one person you would never expect. That is next. First things first. I read these teasers like soap operas.
Some folks said